Oh, Jamar Chase with the dive. Because Garrett Wilson's wide open. Garrett Wilson, touchdown Bears. What's going on, guys? And welcome back to another video of the World Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the 2007 Green Bay Packer rebuild. We are getting very, very close to the end of this series. We are getting close to the end because we end when it gets to modern day, and we currently sit in the 2018-2019 regular season, which means we don't have very much longer left. A few more episodes, which is nice, but not too much longer remaining in this series. Luckily for us, we've already won a couple of championships with Aaron Rodgers. So, I mean, the rebuild is a success, but we just got to try to keep adding on to that with new additions here and there. And in the past couple episodes, we've had Robert Griffin III be our starting quarterback. He's led us to a Super Bowl. We lost it. And then last episode, he just didn't get the job done again. So he might be a good regular season quarterback, but when it comes to the big playoff moments, can he get it done? We do have a guy waiting in the wings in Patrick Mahomes, who's biding his time, just waiting and waiting and waiting until he gets his opportunity, which could be coming in the near future, maybe at the end of this episode. I have no idea. We're going to give RG3 this season. I'm going to give him a 3-year window. If he gets it done this year, then we can look forward to having him as the starting quarterback for the rest of the rebuild and then figuring out what to do with Patrick Mahomes later on. But if we fall short once again with the talent that we have around him, if we fall short once again and don't bring home a Lombardi, then there's going to be some serious questions at the end of this episode with the offseason. What do we do with RG3? Do we move on from him? And then do we start the Patrick Mahomes era? There's a lot of different things that we got to figure out depending on what happens this regular season. But I'm super excited. I hope you guys are too. If you are, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's get this one underway. So this is what we look like to start the 2018 regular season. RG3, like I mentioned, starting quarterback with Patrick Mahomes as his backup. We've got Zeke and Aaron Jones as the two running backs. Wide receiver room looks unbelievable with Odell, Stephon Diggs, Cooper Kupp, DJ Moore, Dante Moncrief, Chris Godwin. We've got plenty of wide receiver talent with more to come in future drafts. Our offensive line, probably the only thing that I want to upgrade is the right guard spot, technically the left guard spot, because Zach Martin will move back over to right guard if we do get a better left guard. So that's probably the only thing that I want to add to this, but we'll see what happens. Tyreek, why did I, it's not Tyreek, is it? It's Tyrone. I don't know why I said Tyreek. Tyron Smith and Trent Williams are phenomenal tackles. Pouncey's a great center. We've got great tight end depth here. And Mark Andrews can be the heir apparent to Travis Kelce at some point, maybe, down the line, depending on the contract situation. And the defense just keeps getting better and better. We just brought in Vita Vea last episode. We brought in Fred Warner. We brought in Jair Alexander, who we got in, I think, the second round, right? Or third round, something like that. We got him super deep into the rounds when I did not expect that to happen. Usually he goes first round. But this time we got lucky. And we've got great players on every single position. So we're excuse me, we're sitting pretty good for another Super Bowl run. And this year is the 2019 NFL Draft. Kyler Murray. Other people. Dwayne Haskins, rest in peace. I don't remember who else is in this class. Nick Bosa, right? Nick Bosa's in this class? Yeah, there he is. Nick Bosa, Quinnen Williams. All right, a bunch of boys. A bunch of talented boys. Unfortunately for us, the D-tackle spot, which is usually a very big point of my draft every time we load up this draft, we're not going to need, because we have Kenny Clark, we have Vita Vea, we have all of the talented people to be in our D-tackle spot, so it's not like we absolutely have to have them. Quarterback-wise, we're good on quarterback. I would only want Kyler Murray anyway, pretty much. Running back, I could use a backup. I mean, I know we have Aaron Jones, but I like, maybe not a backup necessarily, more depth as far as the terminology for that. And I think Tony Pollard would fit that pretty well. Wide receiver, I did just say we have great wide receiver depth, and we have great wide receivers all around, but this is a very good wide receiver class, and I'm not going to turn down I'm probably not going to turn down the opportunity to bring in one of these guys because they're fan-freaking-tastic. Tight ends, we're good on tight ends, but I'll add a couple just to keep track of them. Left tackle, there's not a great left tackle class. Dalton Reisner's okay. Left guard, maybe. I don't really think this is the left guard class that's going to change everything. We could draft Elton Jenkins and move him to right guard because he can play right guard, so that could be a possibility. We also got Lindstrom who could play right guard for us. I don't think he's a very high overall, though, is the problem. And then right tackle. That's not a great tackle class. Not a great tackle class. Caleb McGarry's fine, but he's not really doing it for me. Rashawn Gary would be the only left end that I would go for, and we could even move him to linebacker if we need to. But then obviously the right end spot, you got 3 studs right there, and then Max Crosby down the board. But we know Max Crosby down the board is not as valuable as you may think he is. Trust me. I am still going to put all the D tackles on this board, even though we're probably not going to be in the market for any of them since we have great depth already. Outside linebacker, you got Josh Allen and Dre Greenlaw. And then you got Devin White and Devin Bush. Bobby Okereke. Probably Andrew Van Ginkel, but probably not. Right outside, I like Quincy Williams. And that's about it. Corner, you got Byron Murphy, DeAndre Baker. Nope. Sean Murphy Bunting, Greedy Williams, Trayvon Mullen. Who else do I like in this class? Jamel Dean, Kendall Sheffield, Amani Oruwariye. Anybody down the board? I feel like there's some value down the board. Maybe I'm wrong. I guess not. I was wrong. Usually there's a lot of good depth on the board, and these guys are fine. They're just not going to be anything crazy for us. Safeties, Darnell Savage, Nasir Adderley, Juan Thornhill, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, absolutely. Abram, Rapp, Edwards, maybe Amani Hooker, maybe. Probably not, though. And then that's going to be our board. All right, so we got our 2019 board figured out. Do I need to change the scouts, though? That's the big question. Do I need to change the scouts? Interior offensive line and offensive tackle is our 3-star national scout. We do need interior offensive line, but we also have a guy that's doing, or a girl that's doing interior offensive line as well. So let's fire Willie Roaf. Sorry about your luck, big boy. But we're going to find somebody else. Who do we want? Do we want defensive end and running back, maybe? Middle linebacker? There's not really that many middle linebackers in this class. But we also got to think of future, because I don't really want to fire my scouts. So got to think of future classes as well. Outside linebacker and safety might be our best one, because there are some pretty good outside linebacker classes coming up, and we could always use safety. So I think I'm going to hire Tamara Park to be our 3-star scout and to be our national scout for this season. We'll see how they play, how they do. And that's going to be it. So I'm going to simulate to the end of, well, not the end. I'm going to simulate to week 8. We'll figure out how the team is going, and then we'll catch back up there, get to week 11, do all the scouting stuff, and get all things ready. And most importantly, see how Robert Griffin III is performing. We arrive at the week 8 mark, mid-season, and we sit at 5-2. But remember, we've been knowing that RG3 is a good regular season quarterback. It's the playoffs that we have the issues with, so we'll see how he does there. Now we have to choose our national focus, which, funny enough, is the 2 weakest positions of this class, but that's okay because I'm pretty sure I have a few different players at each one, right? We have a couple at safety, and then we have 1 outside linebacker, 2. Okay, so we only have a couple outside linebackers. I think we're going to go safeties here. That'll encompass both free safeties and strong safeties, so that's nice. We'll go with them, and we'll figure out what to do. We will figure out what to do in this draft. I also am pretty curious. I didn't even see what our draft picks look like. I always forget how many we have because I do so many of these. We currently have 3 first-round picks. We have Arizona's and we have Indianapolis's, and then we have our own. And Arizona and Indianapolis, that's a hard thing to say, are both top 10 right now. I don't know if they'll stay that way. We also have 3 first-round picks next year in 2020. So we're riding high with draft picks. We're feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty confident, pretty comfortable. Let's get to week 11. Let's see what's going on here. See what's going on with the draft picks. We lose to Dallas because of course we do. But also Minnesota lost, so the division stays in our hands right now. But we gotta win some games. We got a tandem breakout on the offense. Who's this? This is Stephon Diggs and Odell Beckham Jr. Okay. We'll praise Stephon Diggs. Maybe he can get it done. I don't know. I doubt it. Tandem breakouts rarely, if ever, work in simulation. So we'll see what happens here against Washington, who are actually having a really good season. They're 6-2. And we beat them, though. We do get the W. And there's a breakout for the quarterback, but RG3 is already an X factor, so this could only mean XP, I guess. But let's see if they got the tandem breakout. I doubt it. What happens? Yeah, he didn't get it. I don't know why they even have tandem breakouts in the game as an option for players, because if you're not going to give it to me any time, like ever, then why even have it in the game? It never works. Even when you try to do it in an actual, like, when you're playing all the games, it's difficult to do. But maybe I say that because I suck at the game, and it's hard for me to get it. I don't know. It's hard to do, okay? I don't even know what our team needs would be except for another offensive guard. But this offensive guard class is not the greatest. I will do these three, though. We'll do Elton Jenkins, Eric McCoy, Chris Lindstrom. We know about all the wide receivers. We know they're going to be fantastic. We know about the linebackers. We know they're going to be good. We know that we know everybody's going to be good. This is a good class. It's just a matter of the offensive guards. So currently we need to sign Odell Beckham Jr., Aaron Donald, Khalil Mack, D Ford, Stephon Diggs, Damaris Randall, Grady Jarrett. Okay, so there's some fat contracts that need to be paid out. Well, we obviously are going to restructure enough money to bring back Aaron Donald. That's pretty simple. That's pretty simple. So let's just go do that right now. Let's restructure some contracts, make sure that Aaron Donald can return to the club. So we restructure Stephon Gilmore's contract. We restructure Trent Williams' contract. We restructure Bobby Wagner's contract. Travis Kelce gets restructured. Who else? All these guys are guys that we can't restructure. Dante Fowler gets restructured. How did that free up any money? Did that free up enough? Hopefully. I don't think it did, though. Negotiations. $85 million. Perfect. $85 million has been freed up. That means we can offer Aaron Donald, but we're probably going to have to let go of Odell Beckham Jr., which is a sad, sad day. But if we can bring back Aaron Donald, which is the main one that I want to do, then that'll work. So let's get Aaron Donald on a 5-year contract. That should pretty much take us to the end of the series, because I don't think we have 5 years remaining. Actually, you know what? I'll bump it up to 6 years just to make sure. I can't remember if we have 5 years remaining or 6 years remaining. Probably, honestly, 6, I would think, or maybe 5. Who knows? But we got to pay Aaron Donald a fat contract, and he's going to come back. So that leaves us with $52 million. I'd like to bring back D Ford as well, since he is 27, having a pretty good season. We don't have to pay him much more than he was asking for. That leaves us with $34 million. We probably need to decide between Odell and Stephon Diggs, and probably it's going to be Stephon Diggs because he's a lot cheaper. Khalil Mack needs to return to the squad, so we'll have to pay him a hefty amount of moolah. And doing it this early means that you can probably get away with restructuring their contracts in the offseason, because the new league year will go over. Sometimes it works like that. But we need to maybe restructure a couple more expensive contracts. I don't think I have any more expensive contracts. I think I restructured all the ones that are expensive. We can restructure a couple more maybe just to free up that little bit extra. Free up that little bit extra cash. Just to free up enough to get Stephon Diggs back, to get everybody else back. Dante Moncrief gets pushed up. Alright, so we should hopefully have enough now at this point. We'll restructure RG3. Do we have enough now? What's that leave us with? We had about $8 million when we went into that. So what do we have now? We have about 52. Perfect. 52 million is going to be enough to get Stephon Diggs back. We're obviously going to bring back all these guys. It's going to be enough to get Diggs back, which I'll do right now. We'll offer Diggs a 5-year contract. We'll give him $9 million, and we'll give him $8.5 million. He's going to come back. That leaves us with $36 million, and we need to decide on a couple other guys. We should probably bring back Ali Marpet, even though I'm looking to replace him. If I can't end up replacing him, he's still a quality starter, so we should try to bring him back, and we do. So that leaves us with $25 million. Shaq Mason is probably going to have to go. Demarius Randall is a weird one, because he's not, like, crazy expensive. But we also have Kevin Byard, who's probably going to be coming up for a contract pretty soon as well. We did just bring back Aaron Donald, and we drafted Vita Vea, so Grady Jarrett probably is the odd man out. I'm going to save the $25 million until we get to the point where we can trade players. And then we'll decide what we want to do there. So let's keep simulating. I'm going to simulate to the end of the season. Hopefully we make the playoffs. Hopefully we're the 1 seed, and hopefully, for RG3's sake at least, he gets the job done. We made it to the end of the regular season, and RG3 does it again. 13-4, number 1 seed in the NFC. I'm pretty sure he had a great year. He did. He was second in the league in passing yards by only a little bit. By what was that? 6? He led he was down underneath Jameis Winston, and he also had 1 more touchdown than him. I mean, RG3 is a great regular season quarterback, but can he get it done in the big moments? We'll find out. He hasn't already. 4,000 yards, 36 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 70% completion percentage for RG3. And remember, this dude was like a castaway. He was a cast-off when we brought him in a couple of seasons ago. He was in Buffalo when they drafted him in 2012. He didn't play. He didn't start, it looks like. And then he was the starter, I'm assuming, in 2013. No, he didn't play at all. These can't be starter numbers. He would have had at least 10 touchdowns if he was a starter. So he was the backup to whoever was in Buffalo for 3 seasons. They let him go. They didn't pick up his 5th-year option, obviously. He goes to Dallas. He puts up 4,600 yards, 26 touchdowns, 12 interceptions in a contract season. And then he comes to us because we sent Aaron Rodgers away. And he puts up 3 straight 4,000-yard years. 35-plus touchdowns every single year, 36-plus touchdowns every single year. Never threw over 10 interceptions in the 3 seasons he's been with us. So RG3's been he's had over 72% completion percentage and then 70% this year. So, I mean, RG3's numbers are pretty crazy. He's not been bad. That is for sure. He's been really good. Zeke had 1,400 yards, 12 touchdowns. Odell and Stephon Diggs both had 1,000 yards. Odell had 1,499 with 17 touchdowns, 1,009 touchdowns for Stephon Diggs. Moncrief did pretty well. Kelsey was okay. And then defensively, 106 tackles from Bobby Wagner, no surprise there. Khalil Mack, 87, 84 for Deion Jones, 75 for Collins. Tackle for loss leader was J.J. Watt with 19. Mack had 15. Donald had 8. 6 for Jones and Fowler. Sack leader was Donald with 15.5. Then J.J. with 15, so very close there. 12.5 for Mack, and then it drops off significantly. But a lot of guys, we were getting a lot of pressure, basically. A lot of sacks on the quarterback. 2 interceptions for Bobby Wagner, and then 1 for Collins, Lattimore, Hargraves, and Gilmore. Wow, okay. Very interesting. RG3, is he going to win the MVP? He's got better numbers than both Lamar Jackson and Jameis Winston, so there's a good chance that RG3 wins the MVP this year, but we won't know about that until we get to the season recap. But we got to get to the playoffs or get through the Super Bowl first. We do beat the Seattle Seahawks 35-14. RG3 goes up to an 89 overall. It is going to be very hard. Even if we don't win the Super Bowl this year, it is going to be very hard to let go of RG3 because of how good he is. But we have Patrick Mahomes, who we know can be maybe even better. So it's a weird situation we're in, but I like this situation. It's nice to be in this kind of situation. We are going to jump in and play against the New York Giants. They're a very good team. They're 12-5. We're 13-4. But we are in Lambeau. It's in January. It's going to be cold. Let's go get it and hopefully move on to another Super Bowl appearance. It is time. Super Bowl on the horizon. The Green Bay Packers and the New York Giants in the NFC title game for a chance to go to the bowl. We've been there. We've won a bowl, but we want to win more bowls. We've won 2 of them, actually, with Aaron Rodgers. So I want to win even more this time with RG3, and he's got the numbers in the regular season to do such things. Oh, White Odell going crazy. He's got the talent, he's got the weapons to be able to win a championship. We just haven't been able to do it. I think we made it. What's going on with that right end? I don't know. We made it to a Super Bowl with RG3 in his first season, right? It was the year number 1 with RG3 that we made it to the Super Bowl. Last year, I don't think we made the Super Bowl. I think we got bumped earlier. I can't remember exactly. I guess we'll take a look in the season recap when we're taking a look at if RG3 won the MVP. We'll take a look at if we made a Super Bowl more than one with RG. I think it's only one. But you guys know how bad my memory is. Can I fit this in here? I certainly can. Stefon Diggs holds on. Beautiful touchdown. RG3 delivers in the postseason. RG3 delivers in the postseason. And we'll let the CPU handle a little bit of this. Oh, Giants score, but they missed the extra point, it looks like. 14-6. 14-13. Put another touchdown in there. Okay, field goal I'll take, I guess. 17-13. 17-16 as we come up on halftime. And we will put another touchdown in there. 24-16. Come on, defense. 24-24. They got the extra point, or the 2-point conversion. I don't like this. The Giants are a solid team. And they give the ball back, but we get the ball back, it looks like. End of the game. We're driving. Come on, get the W. It's overtime? I can't believe this. We got to jump in. It's overtime in Green Bay in the NFC title game. And we're sending Dante Moncrief on a streak. And I'm going for the house. It's ball game. A walk-off in the NFC title game. RG3 to Dante Moncrief. Walk-off city. Huge. And the Green Bay Packers will head to the Super Bowl. Man, RG3, you might be turning my view of you around, that's for sure. Bobby Wagner goes up to a 97 overall. Oh, baby. That was a crispy throw in overtime. I can't believe it even went to overtime, but we did the job. We get to the Super Bowl, and we take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay. The Steelers will play in the Super Bowl. They're 12-5. They have Ndamukong Suh still here. Okay. All right. Interesting. But it's our time to get a Super Bowl. Number 3 in the video. Nope, not in the video. Number 3 in the series. Number 1 with who? With Robert Griffin III. I'm struggling. Let's just get to the gameplay. It is the Super Bowl here in the episode. Green Bay and Pittsburgh. We lead 3-0 on a field goal. Let's take control of this. 10-0. I like the look of that. And it looks like we're driving down again. 17-0. Steelers can't have an answer. They finally put up a field goal, but that's not going to beat us. They get a touchdown, and they pull it back. It's getting close. It's getting dangerous. 24-10. Late third quarter, 24-17. I don't like the fact that these Green Bay Packers are letting the Steelers dominate like they have been. There's only been one turnover in the game. It's a Steeler turnover. But I don't like the fact that the Steelers were shut down for most of this game, and then all of a sudden they come back and they bring it close. But this play is usually pretty money, and it will continue to be. Stefon Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown on the play-action crosser. You love to see it. That's a big touchdown. Can RG3 actually win the big one as the starting quarterback of a team? Maybe it's too early to say because the defense allows a crazy touchdown to tie this game up. They've got one timeout remaining. 31-31. We are at the 18-yard line, and Ezekiel Elliott might have just ended this one. We get another first down. We have one more chance for a first down, and they have no more timeouts remaining. I can't believe the defense put us in this situation, but it's okay because Ezekiel Elliott is hopefully going to end this game with a walk-off touchdown. That's the goal, at least. About a minute to go. We snap it. We cut it back outside, and Zeke gets nowhere, really. That's okay, because we have all of our timeouts, so we don't have to worry. We don't have to worry. 3rd and 4. Get that to Travis Kelce. He's got it. Does he get the first down? He gets the first down, but he doesn't get the end zone. I'm going to let this clock run a little bit here. I don't want the Pittsburgh Steelers to have any shot. Remember, we've got all of our timeouts, so we're sitting in the driver's seat here. I'm going to let this drop down slightly. But I don't want to drop it down too much because then what if we don't score? But Zeke does score. Zeke gets it in the end zone, and that might have been the walk-off. RG3 might have just won a Super Bowl for the Green Bay Packers. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to jump to next play, next play, next play. 4 seconds. 1 second. The Green Bay Packers are once again on top of the mountain, but this time it doesn't include Aaron Rodgers. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. The Green Bay Packers are world champions for the 3rd time in the series. And it was led by Robert Griffin III. What do we do now? We can't get rid of our Super Bowl winning quarterback until his contract is up, because that's usually how I do it. So I guess Patrick Mahomes becomes the greatest backup of all time, because that man right there got the job done. That is a Lombardi in the hands of Robert Griffin III. He did it. He did it for Green Bay. He did it for the fans. We are world champions for the 3rd time in the series. Beating Geno Smith, of all people, who was the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Man, world champion Green Bay Packers again. Some big upgrade points. You love to see it. Let's take a look at this season recap. Kind of get a feel for who is on top of the world here. And did RG3 win MVP? Because that would even make it even harder, because he won the Super Bowl and the MVP. Are you kidding me? Super Bowl and the MVP? And I think I just simulated past when I didn't need to. We're now negative 192 million, so it looks like we're going to lose those guys for nothing. That's okay. That is okay. We got talent and draft picks. So, season recap. Russell Wilson wins the MVP of the league. That's kind of crazy. Emmanuel Sanders gets Offensive Player of the Year. Panthers had a crazy season. Roquan Smith and Lamar Jackson are the Rookies of the Year. Jason Pierre-Paul is the Defensive Player of the Year. Zeke gets the MVP of the Super Bowl. So last year we didn't make the Super Bowl. We knew that. But the year before, this is the one that we had with RG3. This is his first season, and we lost it to Carson Wentz. But then these are the 2 that we won with Aaron Rodgers. So we go to 3 straight Super Bowls. We win 2 of them. We lose the 3rd with RG3. We don't make it to the Super Bowl the next year. Then we make it back, and we win it again. So out of all these years, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 out of 5. 4 years out of 5 that we made the Super Bowl, and we won 3 of them. I'd say I'll take those. I mean, obviously, I would like to go 5 for 5, or 4 for 4, I mean, but 3 out of 5 is perfectly fine. Or 3 out of 5 years we make the Super Bowl. We win it. I'll take that. And unfortunately, as you can see, we have negative money. We don't have any money to be able to bring back any of our guys, except for the ones that we already did. So Odell Beckham Jr. is going to be gone. The white Odell Beckham Jr. is going to be gone. But he got another championship, so he can't be too mad. He can't be too mad. But we do have to remember to accept the options on Vernon Hargraves, on Ezekiel Elliott, because he scored the game-winning touchdown, and then Deion Jones. I think those are the only 3. So unfortunately, we're going to be losing Taylor Lewan, Grady Jarrett, Demarius Randall, and Odell Beckham Jr. Those are going to be some pretty big holes to fill, but we've got the depth already. Plus, we have the draft capital to replace those guys if need be. So it's not the end of the world. I am going to be curious to see where Odell Beckham Jr. signs. He's got 15 offers. A lot of my guys should be at the top, although they weren't like super high overall guys. Odell was obviously the best one. What does the team look like without those guys? Stephon moves to number 1 receiver, then Dante Moncrief, Chris Godwin, Cooper Kupp, DJ Moore. Offensive line still looks good. Offense in general looks good except for Odell. And then we got Kenny Clark and Vita Vea who move up ahead of, or who move up a little bit because of the departure of Grady Jarrett. I don't think anybody else changed the development tree. I think everybody else is the same. It is revealed that Jair has X Factor, which is just awesome. But I think everybody else is the same, both on offense and defense. I don't think anybody changed. Not that I can notice. Nobody changed. But what do we do with RG3 now? I think we got to keep him. Obviously, we got to keep him. He just won a Super Bowl and almost won the MVP. I wonder how close he was. I could probably check, right? I could probably check to see how close he was. If I go to stats and awards... No, I can't check. They closed it off. All right. I'm assuming he was at least top 3. It was probably him, Russell Wilson, and Jameis Winston, who were at the top of the top of the MVP voting. But they gave it to Russ. They gave it to Russell Wilson. I would have given it to RG3 since he had a great season and won the Super Bowl, but hey, MVP is given out before the Super Bowl. I think, right? I don't remember when the Super Bowl... I think it is. All right, here we go. Where did Odell Beckham Jr. go first? He went to Atlanta. Interesting. Okay. So Odell's in Atlanta now. What else? Demarius Randall's in Buffalo. Good luck there. And then, where's Grady Jarrett at? Did he even sign anywhere? Grady Jarrett has signed with the Tennessee Titans. So 3 new destinations for all 3 of those guys. We'll see how they do. We will see how they do. Private workouts for the boys. First off, I need to see the mock draft. Where did the Cardinals and the Colts finish up? We pick at number 11 and number 14. And then obviously our own pick, which is 32. Wow. That's decent. It's not amazing. Obviously, I'd like to be top 5, but it is very good. Now, I could take one of these first-round picks, trade up to get Brian Burns. That could be pretty fun. But as far as a team need, I don't even know. I don't even know what our team needs would be. That's an intriguing one. I don't really know. We're pretty good except for our guard spot, which is what we're working on right here with these 3 guys. I might as well just put the rest of them on there to get 100% on them. I mean, Ali Marpet's a good option at guard, but I don't know. This is an interesting spot to be in. We have 3 first-round picks. Maybe we trade one of them. Maybe we trade 2 of them. I don't know. If we generate the best lineup here, the right guard spot, well, the left guard spot is the one that we would change. Although if we draft Elton Jenkins, we would just put him at right guard and then have Zach Martin continue to play left guard. Wide receiver, I could add another receiver. I certainly could. Tight end we're good with. Running back we're good right now. Quarterback we're obviously good with. Defensively, I mean, we've got studs all around every single position. Maybe a backup outside linebacker. Or a backup strong safety. Corner we're solid at. I could see another addition at corner. Maybe another defensive lineman. But we're pretty good there too. I mean, we got players every single position. So I think we just take best player available, see what goes off the board. Maybe trade. I don't know. Bengals have the number 1 pick. They take Kyler Murray. Welcome to Cincy. Bosa headed to Miami. Quinnen Williams going to the Saints. Clelin Ferrell going to the Eagles. Daniel Jones is a Raider. Devin White's going to Kansas City. Patriots take Brian Burns. I love that. Ed Oliver going to the Bears. Bears. TJ Hawkinson to the Detroit Lions. And then Rashawn Gary to the Titans. So we now step up here at pick 11. A lot of talent on the table. This could be a Chris Lindstrom pickup, but probably not since he's a round 2 to 3 guy. What were the rest of those guys looking like? Day 3, round 2 to 3. Great. Great. So this is not the class to take a guard. Is this a class to do even anything? Do we just trade out of this pick? I know I could take Christian Wilkins, Dexter Lawrence, Jeffrey Simmons. All these guys are right there for the taking. But then we just have a logjam at D tackle. We've already got Kenny Clark. We've already got Vita Vea. We've already got Aaron Donald. Even as much as I love those guys, I don't think we need another D tackle in the middle, especially because we just had Grady Jarrett. So, at least right now, we don't need another D tackle. The Saints giving me a first-round pick in 2020 and 2021 is not bad. I like that. I know it's not a first-round pick this year, but that's okay because we have 2 other ones, so I'm not really that fussed about it. And they're really the only one offering that deal, except for the Colts are offering that deal. But the Colts, we just had their other first-round pick. The Colts were pretty bad. Maybe if I could take their other first-round picks, they also be pretty bad. Although the Arizona Cardinals are giving me a lot more. They're giving me the 2020 and 2021, plus the 2019 fourth, plus the 2021 third. I'm going to take the Arizona Cardinals. You're welcome, Arizona. Take whoever you want, but hopefully you're still pretty bad. They take Christian Wilkins, then Montez Sweat, and then Dexter Lawrence. All right, we're back up again. Do I even take anybody here? Do I even take anybody here? I probably should, right? I probably should take somebody with this pick. Or I could just ride it out to the final pick of the first round. If I'm going to take somebody, it's going to be one of these 2 guys. And I did say how we could use some backup outside linebacker help. So, Josh Allen, welcome to the squad. You're getting taken. And then we will go to our final pick of the first round. Excuse me, got a fog in my throat. We will go to the final pick of the first round. Hollywood Brown goes. Rest in peace, Dwayne Haskins. He gets taken. Then Baker goes. Then Tillery. Then Bradbury. Then Mullen. Darnell Savage. Noah Fant. Chris Lindstrom. Jawan Taylor. Byron Murphy. Jelani Tavai. Elton Jenkins. Rock Ya-Sin. And Miles Sanders. And now we are back up again here at pick 32. All of the wide receivers are still here. At least most of the good ones like Debo, A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf. I think I'm going to take a little bit of Debo. Give me a little Debo action here. He replaces Odell Beckham Jr. And another awesome receiving option for our whoever plays quarterback for us, including RG3. Now we go again. We've got Caleb McGarry, who I might just grab, but I could also grab another receiver. I don't think it's smart to grab another receiver, but do I ever do anything smart? Probably not. We know that DK, I think, is better than A.J. Brown right off the rip, so I'm going to take DK Metcalf. Boom! 2 stud receivers! You can't pass up that many good receivers. I could probably even take A.J. Brown if I wanted to, but I'll go somewhere else. Don't worry. I don't want to take Eric McCoy here. I don't think it's the right idea to take Eric McCoy here. But it could be another idea to take like a corner or something. Probably not. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, the 3rd round pick. I'm probably leaning a little towards Chauncey. There's Crosby. You know what? I'll bite the bullet. I'll take Caleb McGarry. He's not going to be good, but he's good depth. He's good depth on the offensive line, considering we just lost Taylor. Why did I say Jake? Taylor Lewan. So another tackle is decent depth. Tony Pollard, Terry McLaurin, Deontay Johnson. I think this is going to be the Chauncey Gardner-Johnson pickup. Maybe, if I can. Oh, the controller went out. Okay. Once it goes back in, I'll click the button and it'll work. There it is. There we go. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. And then in the 3rd round, I don't even really know where we go. We only have the 1 3rd round pick, so we'll see who's there, I guess. Who's on the table? Tony Pollard, Crosby, Greenlaw, Jamel Dean. I think I'm going to grab Tony Pollard here. I talked about possibly getting another running back to be depth, so Tony Pollard fits that. We're not going to go down the Max Crosby route, trust me. I've done that plenty of times before. But we can go down the Dre Greenlaw route, that's for sure. I do like Dre Greenlaw, very good player. We're getting a lot of good depth to fill out the team. A lot of good depth to fill out the squad. There goes Max Crosby to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Maybe he can turn out to be something. Who knows? We got Quincy Williams, Jamel Dean, Amani Oruwariye. Let's go Jamel Dean. With that pick up another good corner. Add to the squad. And then in the 5th round, if Quincy Williams is available, I'll take him. I don't know if he is going to be, though. He is. Okay, Quincy Williams, welcome to the squad. normal development, but that's more outside linebacker depth. Welcome in, and I'm just going to let the CPU handle the rest of the draft. We don't really need to do anything else. Boom, a huge draft. 2 amazing receivers, including DK Metcalf and Deebo Samuel, both of them. We got Josh Allen to be outside linebacker depth. There's Deebo, Metcalf. We knew that McGarry, when I took the pick, we knew that he wasn't going to be great. Gardner Johnson's great. Pollard is nice running back depth. Greenlaw is good depth. All these guys are good depth, except for these guys down here. But everybody else is basically good depth, and that's what the draft was for. It wasn't for us to draft starters, because we were in a position to need starters, except for on the right guard spot or left guard spot, either one of the guard spots, because Zach Martin will fill out the other spot. So that was really the only position that we could use an upgrade for, and that class just didn't have anybody that I wanted at right guard, and they didn't have a guard in particular. So it was a weird draft, but it was a good draft because we had Metcalf, we had Deebo. We've already got great receivers. Offensive line looks fantastic. Another Super Bowl run could be in our future. The team looks amazing. Fantastic. We added the depth with Greenlaw. We added the depth with Josh Allen. I mean, this team is unstoppable. This team is unfreaking stoppable. And I'm pretty sure it said that we had a 99 defense. A 99 overall defense is unbelievable. I love it. We won a championship, and it looks like we're going to be keeping Robert Griffin III around for a little bit longer. So if you guys enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.